You. All right. Let me share. Continue. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, I got to do the intro anyway, so yeah, you're fine.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of Drunken Confessions, a show for the bold and the brave, the drunk and the seasoned, where it's safe to tell the stories you might not want your family to hear, your best friends already know, and always makes for a good round of Never Have I Ever. Raise a glass or more, we don't judge, with us every week on the Podcast Detroit Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Drunken Confessions, episode 49. I know, woo! I am your spirit guide, Cass.
Hey, the show is older than you are now.
Oh, you too, Dave. You're going to talk. You just turned 48. Big man. Ouch. Ouch.
I am your host, Amy, and I'm joined by my man meat, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Dave almost lost his drink.
Dave almost did a spit take there. Yeah, hi.
And you are, Dave, who are you?
The enabler. We went with the enabler as my supervillain name, yes.
And we have two great guests today. We have the host from Tales from the Barside, Remy, who is back again for a second week in a row because he must like us. Or he had nothing better to do. And Lauren, because she probably doesn't know us yet, has joined us for the first time. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, so welcome.
Yeah, so we start off with our first cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you so much for having us.
Cheers, everyone.
So we already talked about Remy, so we know a little bit about him. Lauren, tell us about yourself.
Well, what do you want to know?
And you are on the spot.
And go.
Yeah, for real. I'm a bartender. I've been bartending for like 15 years. I obviously am a co-host to Tales from the Barside. And I love to drink. That's all I can think of.
So you fit right in.
Yeah.
How can you not, right?
So again, just for our listeners that either missed us last week or need a reminder, can you guys give us a little bit more information of how to find your podcast?
Remy?
Go right ahead, Lauren. You look like you're ready to answer that.
I mean, do people know how to?
Okay,
So you can get it any place you find your podcast.
If you're listening to a podcast,
you can go to Podcast Detroit.
you know how to find the podcast.
Yeah.
It's called Tales from the Barside.
You should be able to. Tales from the Barside. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. We're on all those.
When do you guys do your
platforms.
Zooms? When do you do your Zoomies?
They're on Monday nights at 8 o'clock.
Okay, that's where we were going with this.
Yeah, I know. I guess maybe we should have specified that a little bit.
I'm like, well, do you want me to plug our social media?
Well,
Like,
Everything.
It's a very different world now because, I mean, like for the longest time, like doing a podcast was all about, it didn't really matter when you recorded because it was all about like when it got out in syndication and all that stuff. With the advent of the studio closure and everyone going to this format and going to FB, I mean, that's still things that people are getting used to. Hell, I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, isn't it, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start off with an icebreaker tonight.
Okay.
We like to do a little icebreaker, just kind of get to know everybody. And our icebreaker is what, Amy?
When is the last time you've had an orgasm? If it was with a partner or all by yourself?
Oh, Lauren, have you ever watched one of our shows, by the way? You look a little shocked.
I'm like, I have to be like an hour ago for real? Like,
Yeah, I was like, what time is it now? Like,
yeah, like
All right.
putting my business out there.
That's okay. Remy?
Yeah, last time with a person, it's starting to get so long I don't even remember the exact date. It's like
you didn't know
it's
that one. You could just tell us last time you had one.
Oh, I was going to say with a
yeah.
person, it would be a couple of days.
Yeah, with somebody else, it's been too long to remember, and it's starting to get sad. But hopefully, restrictions will get lifted soon enough, and we'll find somebody. Other than that, take care of myself every day. But
Okay.
Honest truth. I love it.
Right? Dave?
Oh yeah.
same.
Dave, what's your answer?
He's just drinking. He's like,
Dave.
What Remy said, ditto.
Yeah, right.
This morning.
Open the bars back up.
With me, it was this morning. Amy?
Last night.
Jeremy, I hope yours is the same.
Yeah, I would
That's the
hope.
same.
Well, I mean, he might have taken care of himself this
20
afternoon.
minutes
You
ago.
don't know. That might have been why he was off camera when she was sitting down.
Yeah. Well, let's hope not. Come on now. Give me some credit.
Last time you had an orgasm with more than one person.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's been a minute. That's been an even longer minute.
Yeah.
No,
So sad.
haven't done that. All right, so on that note, we're going to roll right into our first thing we're doing today, and we're doing a drinking game to get things going.
What can
All right,
possibly
get
go
a
wrong?
good warm-up going. So you guys have drinks ready?
Drinks.
Always.
Yes?
Oh, yeah, we have drinks.
No, Dave, do you have one on hand? Because I'm going to go fast with these questions.
What else is new?
So,
I've heard that about you. Go ahead.
No, you know,
Game over.
It's go.
ain't nobody got time to play around.
It's right here. I got it. It's right here. Yes.
all right, speed round. Speed round for a drinking game. And
Ready.
go.
So we're going to play Drink If. I'm going to start reading questions. If the answer is yes at any time, you're going to drink.
Oh, and
Okay.
this is how
I'm
I'm
ready.
bombed by 7:15. Great. That's
Yep.
weird.
That's the goal.
First
You
one.
knew what you was
Drink,
getting into when you saw the title.
I was not
first one.
sensitive enough.
Drink if it's the first time on the show.
Oh, you didn't have the drink yet.
Drink if you've ever referred to the coronavirus as the Rona.
Oh God, yeah.
Drink if you've worn the same clothes more than 2 days in a row.
Absolutely.
What, like ever in my life?
Let's get into
No,
like the 2
like, during
weeks
this-
straight now
No,
thing.
during quarantine.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm not
Okay.
keeping score. I'm not keeping score.
So, yeah.
You can drink if you feel like that you need to drink to that.
Okay.
If you fall out of your chair, you lose.
Wouldn't be the first time. All right. For me or Amy. You guys gotta go to the bar
Good
with
thing
us
I'm on the
sometime.
floor.
It's always a fun time. All right. Drink if you lost your job due to corona.
I mean, one of them.
Drink if you're
My
okay
job
with it.
changed.
If what?
Drink if you're okay with it.
Yeah, right.
Drink if you wish you had lost your job.
That's your last couple
Okay.
days. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Drink if you're funny.
I mean, everybody thinks they're funny.
If you're funny,
Yeah. Right. No, drink if you think I'm funny. Thank you, guys. Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you.
I think that just proved we're more funny than you.
No. All right. All right. Drink if you've broken the stay-at-home mandate. Any of the,
Oh, yeah.
like if
What's a
if
stay-at-home
you've been
mandate?
just if you
Like,
left your house
if
at
you've
all.
gone out to go get like grass seed, or you went boating when you weren't supposed to, or you've been around
Oh,
somebody
I got me
that
some
you
grass
shouldn't have
seed.
been.
I'm sorry, does going to my mom's to help her with something count when I was...
No, you can actually help the elderly. I help my
Okay.
mom every other day. I'm at my mom's helping her.
Well, then I take that drink back.
Okay. I don't think we can do that. I don't think that's part of it. All right. Drink if you've gone to the Capitol to protest. Drink if you hate protest, but you really don't have a good way to show you hate them.
I'll do that.
That one takes a minute to hit you.
I'm going with the PCU. We're not gonna protest. We're not gonna protest.
Exactly. That's where I was going with it. All right. Drink if you've referred to our governor as that woman from Michigan.
I mean,
Drink if you've done it while making fun of Trump.
oh, would you?
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. Next. Drink if your name
Libertarian,
is
'cause
Dave.
both sides are just batshit crazy.
Drink if your name is Dave. You're welcome. That was
I mean,
just for-
according to
just
my
for my
label
own
here, it's not.
enjoyment.
But
Drink if you've already gotten drunk at least one time this week.
Oh, yeah. Only once.
Every Monday at 8 p.m.
Drink again if you don't really know because all your weeks are blending together. Oh, Lauren, you're going to be smashed by the time we're done.
I'm
with
gonna
this
have a
week.
great time.
Drink if you've Zoomed at least twice today. or twice this week. Sorry, twice this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Drink again if you've Zoomed at least twice today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, last night counts because it was past midnight.
Okay. All right, 3 times. Again, I'm doing this because of Dave.
That one? Yeah.
All right.
I already had to crack another beer.
I know, right? I'm on my next beer too. Drink if you've watched porn.
Like in my life?
Like ever? Like ever?
Again, I'm not keeping score.
Oh,
You can
all right.
choose what you want to choose. Drink it again if you've made a porn.
Does anybody else have to have seen it?
Secrets get revealed. Again, this is why we're called confessions.
This podcast will be the death of Jeremy and I's marriage eventually. I have a feeling.
Last
Hey, I mean,
question.
it's nothing that you can search for, but
Right. I mean,
Last question. Drink if you know all the words to Bust a Move.
Cass, we tested this
Wait
out.
for it. Wait for it.
I might. I'm gonna take it.
Wait.
I'm gonna take
Drink
a drink
again.
and be able to like wing it.
All right.
Drink again if you've Googled the lyrics and you still know all of them.
I never
Yeah,
had Google.
I Googled the lyrics.
I-
I thought I knew all the words until I Googled it with Amy. And Amy did Ice Ice Baby. We were having fun before we started the show.
Yeah, I thought I knew all the words. I had a lot of words misspoken on Ice Baby.
And that is our Drink If game for tonight. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you
fun.
can all
I'm
make
hammered.
it for the rest of the show.
All right, everybody's got a good buzz. So on that note, we're going to do our first drunken confession.
Didn't we just do like
I thought
12
that
of
was
those?
it.
No, that was a drinking game. That wasn't a drunken confession. Come on, Jeremy. Come on, man meat.
Guess I should refill.
Well, this one sucks. What would
These shoes suck. These shoes rule. Sorry, go
what
ahead.
would you change about your life if you could?
Everything since past the age of 5.
On the advice of counsel, I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that it might incriminate
I would
me.
have turned left and not the right to the opponent.
If
I'm
I could
whispering
think
as well.
anything about my life, it would be I wish I was one of those people that love to work out.
You wish you were a little bit taller?
Oh.
You wish you were a baller?
Yeah.
Baller.
I wish I loved working out and losing weight and staying in shape and all that stuff wasn't that fucking hard for me.
That's a
I
good
would have skipped college. That was such a waste of money.
Oh, on that note, I would have dropped out of high school. Like, definitely. That was a waste of time. My last 2 years of high school, I completely wasted my time. I could have dropped out, got my GED, and gone to college, which is what I ended up doing afterwards. But I could have saved some time.
I wish,
did. I dropped out at the end, and I finished up in my last year. I finished by like November, maybe. And I was like, peace out. I was like, I need 2 credits to graduate? Sure.
I think either I would have gone to college sooner, like to the, I want to go into cosmetology. I think I would have done it sooner, or if I would have kept doing dance like past, 18. Those are things I would do.
Very cool.
Cass, did you answer?
Yeah, everything since past the age of 5.
Everything.
I wasn't
You just
joking.
redo the whole thing.
My
Just
life
wipe
has
the
just
slate
been
clean
one
and
big
start
ball
back
of don't do what I did. I like
Sometimes,
to be an example for others what not to do. in life.
exactly. Sometimes your purpose in life is just to be the example for others. That's okay.
And that's me.
Well, it worked out great because all 3 of your kids are very successful and on their own and
Are.
independent. So
Yeah,
it's working for you, girl.
Yeah. I taught them something. I taught them what not to do. I'm surprised I didn't screw them up even more in life, but hey, I'll take what I got.
I want to know what kind of life-changing decision you made at 5 that like altered your course forever and turned out so horrible. Like, what the
It's a
fuck
long
happened when you were 5?
story. It's a long story of what
I
happened to me at 5. We'll get into it another
Yeah, I mean,
day.
honestly, like the way I look
It's
at
like
it, like
this
there's
whole-
Right?
there's no major decision that I would have made in my life that I would go back and change because, well, every decision that I've made in my life has kind of brought me to where I am now. And by and large, I'm pretty cool with where I am now. I mean, yeah, there's some things I would tweak now, but I mean, it is what it is.
I change all the time. I'm constantly trying to figure out something better. I'm always looking for my next great adventure. You can ask Amy. I'm horrible about that. I'm like, what adventures are we going to get into today? And Amy says every time. Do you remember what he says?
Today is same day as we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
That's Amy's response every time.
Every time.
So on that note, today we actually have a great thing planned to talk about. We actually do plan shit once in a while. Amy?
Nice.
All right, so our tonight's topic is what three famous people would you want to hang out with? One dead, one alive, one fictional.
One dead, one alive, one fictional.
And why?
So do you guys want, Remy and Lauren, since you didn't know, do you want time to think about it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
go
go
with you.
next dish.
Do what? Okay. So, Amy, you go first.
Okay. So the alive person I want to hang out with is Jimmy Fallon. Because I think he's just absolutely hilarious. And I think that would be a lot of fun and very entertaining. The dead person I would love to hang out with is John F. Kennedy, because I have so many questions. Including I really need to know things about Marilyn Monroe. And my fictional character is Stewie Griffin. Because that just seems like a good time with the time traveling and
don't borrow money from him.
And when you're with him, apparently you can get shot, but you never die. You always come back. So
well, that's a plus. That's a plus. Jeremy, do you know yours?
I know two of them. I always thought it'd be cool to go back and pick Leonardo da Vinci's mind. Maybe tease him on some of his, sketches. Mm-hmm. That ain't gonna work, but it almost worked. For a fictional character, I always thought Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones would be awesome to hang out with.
Yes.
I haven't really thought of a live person yet. I don't know.
I know. Once you party with me, the rest are just pale in comparison.
Damn, you took that right out of my mouth. I was like, he's married to me. Who else does he need to meet?
I found my person. She's right here.
All right, Dave?
Oh, God. I would, let's see, alive. You know what? I'm going to go with, it's kind of a platitude, but I think it'd be interesting. Barack Obama, just to sit down and have a bunch of drinks with him. It would have to be at Whiskey in the Jar or someplace like that. It would have to be like a dive bar, night with Barack. Would I think
getting him shit-faced drunk?
Exactly, and just picking his let's.
Give him that
what did they really?
Bullshit
here's another shot of Yeji. Tell me about Area 51.
Polish.
Here's another shot. Dead. Oof. I mean, you could get metaphysical about it and go Jesus, which could also qualify as fictional. You could also, dead. Honestly, so I would pick one of the founding fathers. Pick one of them. Again, sit them down, get them drunk, and be like, all right, let's talk about this Second Amendment thing, and what do you really mean by it? And let's talk about this First Amendment thing, and what really is in your brain when you put this stuff down. Fictional, God, there are so many. I mean, I mean, from a sci-fi universe, hell. God, pick a Star Wars character. Could be Vader. Could be.
Oh, see, no. You want to know who I would have thought you would have picked? Is Lucy. Your tattoo.
Oh.
Do it.
Why are you looking at me like a deer in the headlights? Like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Dude, I didn't know if you meant Lucille Ball. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Isn't that the only tattoo you've ever gotten?
Oh, yeah.
But
right?
Yeah.
That's the only tattoo you've ever gotten?
But I
know way too much about your life, Dave. I'm very uncomfortable at this moment.
But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have somebody around who was more of an enabler than I am. But I get that when I hang out with Augie. So I mean,
All right, so Remy, what is your answer?
All right, so I went like a fun route. I mean, there's a million different ways you can take this. You could sit down and have tea with all kinds of people. But for alive, I always thought a celebrity that I would love to meet and hang out with would be Crispin Glover. Like, dude is weird. He's an interesting weird character, shit, and it would be fun to just I would love to just talk to him, hang out with him for a while, and see what he's all about. Dead. I think I could have, if we would have met in real life, I probably could have saved her from going down the horrible road she went. But Amy Winehouse would be a good choice. I'd love to hang out with Amy Winehouse.
And if not, she's a hell of a partier.
Exactly.
It's going to be a good time.
And then for fictional, again, the same thing as Dave. There's so many millions of them to pick. So I'm going to go with a very obvious fun choice. Captain Jack Sparrow would be fun.
That would be fun. I love that answer.
All right.
There
awesome.
you go.
All right, Lauren.
Okay, so for Dead, I said Jim Henson for some reason. I don't know. I think he would be cool to talk to.
Oh, that would be awesome to pick his brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just really liked all the stuff he made. So
Been a lifetime fist of puppets.
Alive, I said H. John Benjamin because I think he's fucking hilarious, and I love his voice, dude.
Yeah.
I could seriously just listen to him talk forever. And then for fictional, I don't know. I had to choose an entire family, and that's the Bob's Burgers, the Belchers.
Oh,
I would love to hang out with them. They're probably so much fun.
You did the whole family?
I'm gonna go with the whole family. If I had to choose one, I'd do Linda.
Oh, I do Lucy.
Even though H. John Benjamin is Bob, but I would, if I had to choose the character itself, Linda.
Well, with that answer, you get to hang out with the whole cast.
Right. Right. You get the whole family to
become part of the show.
So,
they're going to write you in.
Speaking of Bob's Burgers, Cass will answer next her answers, but Jeremy and I, we don't have kids. However, we always figured if we had a kid, it would turn out to be, oh my God, what's her name? The youngest one.
Louise.
That would be our
Lucy,
child. If we ever had a kid, we would have a mini Louise who just caused chaos and got into a bunch of shit. It was just funny that you said that because we've always said that.
One of my favorite shows to watch right now.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it.
I keep trying. That's one of those shows that I keep trying to get into, but I can't get past that he's the voice of Archer.
Because of Archer?
It screws me up every time.
Okay,
that he's also the voice of Coach McGurk and the devil from Lucy, Daughter of the Devil, and all that stuff. If you've heard him in so many things,
he's also the voice in the Arby's commercials.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually been in an Arby's commercial. He was actually in one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is I was a big fan of Bob's Burgers way before I was introduced to Archer.
We broke her cherry on the whole Archer thing.
Yeah, so when I started watching Archer, I was like, that's the guy from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, so you had the reverse.
You guys have the opposite effect. All right, Cass, who is your three famous people, Cass?
Which is funny as hell because fictional, I was going to pick Archer.
Oh.
Actually, it was a tie between Archer and Rick from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that would be a good one too.
Because either one, it's going to end up in a fun adventure.
Just to have access to the portal garden, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So that was my fictional. My Dead would be Chris Farley.
I love that answer.
I love Chris Farley. He is amazing. I love all his stuff. And then Alive would be Elon Musk.
All right.
I would love to sit down with him and just pick his brain about everything with Tesla and all that, but I just think he looks just so down to earth. I've read his book. I watched a lot of shows that he's been on and things like that. So yeah, Elon Musk.
Sit down with him and pick his pocket after he goes to the ATM machine.
Right.
Right. Can I get one of those cars, please? Actually, we have one of his cars in our driveway too, so that always helps. We own a Tesla, so.
Beautiful.
Way to name drop. On that note,
we do. So that makes it even more hey, you built this car. Come.
Let's do another drunken confession.
All right, I got one this time.
Oh, Okay.
Can I say mine?
Yeah. You go, girl.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Have you ever felt the need to apologize after having sex, and why?
Ooh.
No.
No. I probably should have a couple times.
Did something ever happen? and
Yes,
you felt
because
the
I
need to
missed a safe
apologize
word.
after sex? Oh,
Oh.
Okay, that makes sense.
wow. Okay.
The safe word was there with an apostrophe, and she kept saying with EI, and it just.
Oh, man.
That one always cracks me up. The grammar Nazis.
Oklahoma. Sorry.
No,
yeah.
not really for me.
No.
Mm-mm.
I've definitely had to apologize after sex. Like, so sorry, you're gonna fall in love now and never leave me alone. I'm just gonna break your heart.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm so sorry. I cried through the whole thing.
So sorry, I cried through the whole thing. Like,
Oh, man.
no.
Yes.
Only
I
at the end.
I actually did feel like I did apologize after, because I was with a guy who
Nice.
he was how do I put this? He was not well endowed at all. At all.
So why did you have to apologize?
So why did you apologize? Yeah, I'm
Because
confused.
You should have been apologizing.
things weren't like grooving well.
Like, did
and
you
at
point
one point
and laugh?
he says, and at one point he says to me, he says, "You've never been with a man with a small penis, have you?" I was like,
Aww.
sorry, I'm just not sure what to. I don't know what to do with my feet.
Okay, if we go off of that, then yeah, I've apologized before, but not for anything that I felt like I did that I should be apologizing to someone.
I
for.
just felt bad.
It's just like if you're saying like I'm sorry because it's like, oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way, or I'm sorry that it's not working out, or I'm sorry I changed my mind, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You're not really apologizing. You're saying like, I'm more sorry for you.
Well, that was just it. It was
Not
just like,
sorry.
I'm like, I just didn't know how to. And like, yeah, I just,
You're allowed to decide that you don't want to after looking at it.
Well, I tried.
Sorry.
But the problem is I tried and it just didn't work. It was just like,
I love that.
You're
I love
allowed
that
to-
response,
Sorry.
I absolutely love that. You're allowed to say no after you see
Yeah,
it.
what are you gonna do with
change
that?
your mind.
What-
Totally okay.
Who's gonna get anything out of this? What are you doing?
I've been like,
I did. I made an effort. I really, really did.
I feel like that is the result of a bad Tinder date.
the fact that you would have slept with him is like, he should be thanking you for that you would have slept with him at all. And then after you saw it, you changed your mind, and then he should be saying thanks for considering.
Right.
It's called sobering up.
He was actually, he took it very well. And I think that's because obviously he knew.
Yeah, he brought it up.
How do you not know?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's probably not the first time he's been like,
I'll go back to my car now.
Well, sorry, he never said.
So what is the first thing that you guys want to do after this quarantine is let up? And have you guys, because of it, Michigan is starting to reopen a little bit, have you guys done anything that you haven't been able to do recently? Like, have you gone
The first thing I'm gonna
anywhere?
do-
Have you done any gatherings?
No, the first thing I'm going to do is hug all of my friends that I can. All of my friends that I haven't seen in so long. I haven't been able to hug anybody in 2 months, and it sucks.
Yes.
I'm like hug deprived.
I'm not a hugger.
I've still been working, so like my day-to-day routine is pretty much the same. I don't come into contact with a whole bunch of people, so it's just like, there's a lot less traffic on roads, but they're all driving 90 miles an hour, so it's just as annoying. I haven't gone anywhere or done anything, or haven't been, the only change to the routine is not being able to go to the usual hangout spots that I would go to. And so it's not too different, I guess. It's weird.
So mine is, I finally went to my mom's. She called me. My mom said, I need your help. I need you to come over. I can't lift this by myself. I need you to get it out of my car and get it into the garage. So I went over there. I didn't go into her house, but Jeremy went with me, and we did take our masks in case if we needed to go use her restroom, because I'm still paranoid. My mom's older. My aunt lives with her. I didn't want to be the reason. But I did feel like I was breaking rules because I sat on her back porch drinking beer, even though we were like, there's 4 of us spread out.
Yeah.
But I had a couple of beers with my mom. It took everything I had in me not to give my mom a hug. I'm like, I want to hug you so bad, Mom. Like, I just need a mom hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did go visit a friend in a similar situation, and just like we hung out 10, 15 feet apart from each other in his backyard outside, had a couple of beers, chatted and stuff, but it was weird to not give him a hug. You know, it's like we're always hugging each other.
Yeah, it was super weird because
I'm like, well, at least we got to hang out and see each other. It's good to see you, buddy. You know,
my mom's backyard is legit my happy place. Like, I love her backyard. It's like, that's my little relaxation. That's my happy place. Go to the pool, sit under the cabana, let the dogs run around. And it just wasn't the same because you had to maintain the focus, you know?
Now, I'm not a hugger, so I'm okay with...
Girl, when this is over,
it's okay.
If you like it or not, you hugging me.
No, like, I mean, I had a really good conversation.
You're allowed to be wrong, Cass.
Yeah, exactly. I had a really good chat today with the folks that own Detroit Shipping Company about some plans on like partial reopening and some stuff that they're planning on doing that I think we're going to test out over the next couple days. So I mean, like, that'll be good. But because I mean, like, other than that, nah, I really haven't left the house. In fact, I've probably become even more hermit-ish. In that, like, now that like spots are opening up and that kind of stuff, I'm relying on Instacart and Ship to do my shopping for me. Like, I don't even want to go to the grocery stores. I don't care. I'm good. Like, once this is over though, yeah, I think I'm going to wait for Outside 2.0 to hit. Like, I'm maybe even a service pack after that. Like, I'm going to let all the people that are all gung-ho about it go be the guinea pig for me, and figure out like what's going to happen. And then
Georgia.
Yeah, well, not. I mean, but even around here, I mean, like, you know, the guest that we had on our show Monday night was kind of scary at certain points in time with, you know, what he was talking about, like what the subsequent waves that he sees happening. You know, every time like restrictions get loosened up a little bit and that kind of stuff. Because I mean, let's be real. People suck and they're stupid, and so the restrictions are going to get loosened up this much, and people are going to go this far, and so we're going to see some. I'm sure we're going to see some shit, and so it's yeah. I'm gonna let other people be guinea pigs, and then I'll figure shit out. I mean, even though like I'm still convinced I had this shit back in January, I'm gonna figure out, you know, if it's worth it for me to go get the antibody test and all that stuff. But still, I mean, I'm good. The Temple Bar will still be there when I get there. Whiskey in the Jar will and plus, you know, looking at some of the restrictions on places that are opening, they're going to be allowed to like let 4 people inside Whiskey in the Jar, maybe 5 inside.
25% capacity.
Yeah.
Right. So like you're going to be able to let like 4 or 5 people in, and then let them get their buzz on by themselves right there, while I'm throwing beers at them from 6 feet away.
Well, and that's the weird part about it. Is like, so now you've got this conundrum of, okay, like let's say you're a restaurant or bar owner, and your people are laid off and they're collecting unemployment, and you know they're getting the additional assistance and all that stuff from the federal funds. So if you then open back up, but you can only open at 25% capacity, and so you start calling them back, and you've got to reconfigure your like restaurants and bars have a hard time staying afloat when they're packed all the time. Yeah. And so saying that they can only be open at 25%, is that really economic?
That's not going to happen.
Which brings me to a question I have for Lauren, because Lauren, you said you're a bartender. You're not working right now, but you do have plans to go back to the bar that you were bartending, right?
Yes.
Are you worried about that? Like when you go back into
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I am absolutely worried about that for a couple of reasons, actually. One of them is because I work at a nightclub. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. I work at a nightclub, and my computer came unplugged. And one of the things.
Low battery.
Yeah. One of the things that I worry about is that, first of all, no one's going into a nightclub that's 25% packed. Okay.
No.
They're going to walk in and be like,
You can't
a
even open
nightclub,
at that point.
a nightclub that holds 500 people, only having 100 people in there is literally going to be like, this place is empty. This sucks. Let's leave.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no
We're the
one's
losers
staying.
that are here at 8:00 on a Friday night, even if it's
Right.
midnight.
Hey, that's the story of my life.
Second of all, with like having 25% capacity, that means that all we can have is 25% of the staff. So, and we're only open 2 nights a week. So who gets what shift?
So you are really dreading on it reopening.
Oh yeah. And you know, it's the way that things are happening. Obviously, clubs and bars and restaurants first to close, last to open. So we won't be open for a very long time. And when we do, it could go either way. Like it could be either everyone just goes for a free for all, like Dave was saying, where we're just going to get a mass amount of people that want to go out and it's fucking packed. Or we might have people that are like, screw that, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see like what's going on. And during that time that we're not making any money, people aren't going to be like coming back, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have to say, I think you're going to get swarmed. The younger
I think so, too.
generation does not take this
They
as
don't give a shit.
seriously.
Yeah,
all.
absolutely.
And I've had firsthand accounts with this.
It's going to be like the 21
And
to 30-year-olds
Yeah,
that are.
they're all going to be
going
swarming
to
there. First of
swarm.
all, they have not been able to be on like any dates or anything else. So you've got a group of horny people who want to hang out, get drunk, and have sex. You are going to be swamped.
Right here.
It's going to happen. Remy's going to be the first one at the door being like,
Is there a list you're supposed to have signed up?
Where's all the
trying to open the door.
Just open the bars, get everybody a mask and a straw. They'll be okay.
And this is going to happen. That's my belief. I think they're just going to be swarmed with a bunch of horny people who just want to get drunk and have fun.
Right.
And I don't blame them.
Yep.
I really don't blame them. And on the other hand, though, that's the age group that's probably one of the safest. So they don't have as much to worry about. So to me, and I guess I'm a little jaded too, though, because I am out there every day dealing with people every day. I have somebody sitting across from me, talking to me, doing all that. Like I have somebody constantly in front of me with me wearing my mask and everything else. But the amount of people we have coming in, and like it doesn't have to happen. You don't need to come in right now. And I keep trying to deal with that, but there's so much stuff. And now with me, I'm having like all these seniors coming in, and every time I see a senior, I'm just like, dude, you're gonna die if you get this. I'm just like, stay home.
Why are you risking
there,
it?
Dave? You got some more tea?
Yeah, Dave, stay home. I don't want you to die, Dave. Stay home.
Haha.
My
No,
God.
like seriously. I mean, like I said, but I mean that's totally how I look at it. Like, dude, there's nobody. Nobody is having more anxiety about not being out and around people than I am. I mean, that's just reality. Like I am an extrovert extraordinaire, and this is driving me batshit crazy. And I'm still okay with hanging out waiting. Like that, it's that whole risk reward.
As long as it takes too.
Yeah, where do you want your pain?
As long as it takes.
That's me too, because I go out almost every single night after work. Almost every night, I do not go home.
This quarantine, what I'm really upset about is it was supposed to be my first Penguin Con.
Oh, yeah.
We had the hotel room booked, everything, and it was going to be the first time I experienced this, and then this shit happened, and it was like, oh, nope, hopefully it'll happen again next year, and maybe next year will be the year.
It will.
Well, I just look at it like this. It's like, yeah, we're missing out on a whole bunch of stuff right now, but what is the risk reward? You got to weigh all the things. It's definitely been proven that we've saved lives by shutting down the state, by getting people, closing down bars and restaurants and doing the social distancing. It's proven in the numbers that it's saved people's lives. And I'm like, that's worth it. Whatever kind of inconveniences or travesties we have to go through for this, it's a global fucking pandemic, and it's worth it. Like we can save more lives by doing it this way, as long as it takes.
Right.
There's one thing I've learned from all this. is that we can have beer delivered now.
We did figure that out. We got beer delivered now.
I also oh god.
Let's do our last drunken confession of the night.
All right, make it a doozy, Amy. It better not suck. If it sucks, I'm not going to forgive you.
I
No
just
pressure.
picked one out. Now you want me to go through with it? Like,
if it sucks, I don't want you to read it.
Oh my god, I like the one I had, but you probably will think it sucks.
I love how all of a sudden I can blame.
Here's my second choice. When did you have your first "okay, I'm old" moment?
Oh god. Oh.
I don't feel old.
Have you ever been like you stopped in the shoes and you were like, oh shit, when did that happen? When did I get old?
Okay, I worked at a place where my boss was very young compared to me, and she was telling me some story, and she was just like, this person is our age, they're our age. And I was like, well, how old is he? And she was like 21. And I was like, I'm 32. Like,
yeah,
that is not our
Not the
age.
same.
And when I realized that's when I was like, oh shit, when your boss is like 11 years younger than you, then you're fucking old. That shit's fucked up.
Mine, my very first "okay, I'm old" is Cass and I actually met. If you guys didn't know this already, we met in cosmetology school. We met in our later years in cosmetology school, and
much later years.
Yeah, we were surrounded by a bunch of young girls, and 9/11 came around. The anniversary of 9/11 came around. And a bunch of our classmates went, oh, I'll never forget, I was in the 3rd grade.
What?
And I went, oh my God, I was already graduated high school and in the workforce. What are you talking about?
I already graduated high school. I already had 3 kids and was like, should I go pull them from school?
So when all these girls in cosmetology class were talking about they were in elementary school and they remember their parents like picking them up from school and being all sheltered. And I'm going, I was already graduated and in the workforce and I was at the job, like looking at the TV, like, holy hell. And they're talking about when they were yay big. That's my first, oh my fucking God, I'm old.
Yeah.
I dropped a Schoolhouse Rock reference during a meeting at probably about 10 years ago now. I dropped a Schoolhouse Rock reference, and like the 3 little consultants that were in the room, like just 1,000-yard stares, like had no idea what the hell I was talking about. And I'm like,
which one was it?
I forgot. I just mentioned Schoolhouse Rock, and I'm like, you really?
Oh, you weren't singing like lolly, lolly, lolly. Get your Edward.
No, that's where I went. That's where I went. I'm like, so you never heard Conjunction Junction? You don't know lolly, lolly, lolly? And they were like, no, what are you talking about? I'm like, you need to leave this room right now. Like, you just need to get away from me before I kill all of you.
Do you
I remember that was how I learned my multiple
that in the Henry Ford Museum?
Yeah.
Do what?
You know that they played that in the Henry Ford Museum?
Yeah, my sister-in-law works there. We go there a lot.
Yeah. That was
Remy, do you have any old?
I got all kinds of things to say. I used to work at Greenfield Village, so I know all about the Henry Ford and that.
No, I mean
my
about
first
feeling
job,
old.
I know. My first summer job was shoveling coal on a steamboat. So how old does that make me feel?
Steamboat Willie.
And I actually did that. Yeah,
all right, Mark Twain. What the fuck?
At Greenfield Village. It was a great first job to have. It was funny. If you lived in the 1860s, like it was great. No, I think age is just a state of mind kind of thing. Yeah, there's going to be younger generations that don't get the cultural references that you do. So somebody will be talking about, oh my God, I remember I was in grade school, like when 9/11 happened. And I'm like, I was in grade school when the Challenger exploded. And they're like, what's the Challenger?
Yeah.
I remember that
exactly.
one.
Like,
yes.
But that doesn't make you feel old.
I think I was in 8th grade when that happened.
Oh, there it was. Like, what's the Challenger? That's a car, right?
But that doesn't make you feel old.
It doesn't make you. No, it doesn't make me feel old. It makes
might
me
make me
sad
feel
for the fucking
older.
generations that come up behind us that don't pay attention to fucking
Well,
what
then,
happened
you know
in
what?
history. Like,
cheers to you that it
you know.
doesn't make you feel old, because
Get
no,
older, not old.
I don't feel old.
Jeremy, do you have?
I mean, it helps that I
feel-
try and date girls in their 20s and 30s, but
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my God, Daddy.
it'll keep you young.
You're only as old as the girls you feel. That's how that works.
That's right.
SWC
Hey,
Fields. Jeremy, do you have a oh my God, I feel old moment?
Wasn't really a moment. It was more like a year. Probably it was like when I turned 29, I started realizing my body, it just wasn't healing as fast as it used to when I was 28. So.
Mine was the birth of my granddaughter. Now, I had already had a grandson who was adopted by my son, but when my granddaughter was born, and I remember posting pictures of me holding her, and I would take them, and people actually thought it was my daughter.
Aww.
So when people are like, "Oh my God, you had a little girl," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's my granddaughter." That's when it kind of hit me, like, yeah, no, this is my granddaughter who is going to turn 7 in a couple weeks.
Oof.
Oh my God.
And I have 2 grandkids. I have a grandson who just turned 10. My granddaughter's gonna be 7, and I have one on the way.
Aww.
So yeah, that kind of makes me feel old when I start talking about my grandkids, given the fact that I don't even feel old enough to be an adult. And most people tell me, you don't act your age. And I'm like, well, I've never been this age, so I don't know how the fuck to act. Obviously, I don't feel my age.
I act just like all the other people I know that are my age.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, when I meet people my age, I'm like, damn, how old are you? Like 60? And because most people my age do act it. And no, that the only time I feel my age is when I'm getting out of bed in the morning, and it sounds like a bowl of Rice Krispies. That happened this morning. I'm getting up. I'm like, fuck, my body is really making some nasty noises. Maybe I should take these fish oil pills. And then I'm like, oh no, that's horrible. Why did I just think that?
I apparently need to drink more milk.
Yes, that's what you think. You're like, I need to have some more, ascorbic acid in my diet. And then you're like, I am getting old when you start worrying about these things.
Okay, well, that was a depressing drunken confession. Now that I to end the night.
I'm sorry, guys.
So,
I'm really not sorry.
So just to sum everything up, we would like to thank everybody for tuning in to Drunken Confessions. Thank you, Remy and Lauren, for joining.
Yes, I hope you guys come back. Thank you so much for joining us.
Tales of the Bar Side.
Thanks for having us. It was so much fun.
Did you enjoy yourself? And you can lie. You don't have to lie. You can actually be honest.
No, absolutely.
You can be
I had a lot of
you guys
fun.
are really fucking lame.
I'm gonna go drink myself into a stupor now.
How much drink do you have left?
Haunted.
You
That's
just
my third
the
beer.
bottle.
Beer and a sip.
Just cracked my 3rd beer.
So then you planned well. You have chosen wisely.
All right, so
That's the whole point.
So again, Remy and Lauren, let our listeners know the name of your podcast and your social media, how they can contact you.
Get it low.
So Tales from the Bar Side, you can find us on Facebook / Tales from the Bar Side, and then on Instagram, Tales_from_the_Barside, all one word.
All right, well, thank you again, guys, for joining us. This was a blast. I hope we have you guys back on again. We're
Anytime.
looking forward to playing more Cards Against Humanity.
And I'm going to plan on winning again.
And
we're going to plan on making sure that doesn't happen.
Do I get to do it? Do I get to do a toast?
Yes.
If you want
you have a toast for us?
I thought that you guys do that. Yeah.
I did, but we weren't sure because I just friend requested you. I just sent you a friend request right before the show, so I didn't want to ask you to do it.
Before you
The
do
last
that,
one, Remy was caught with his pants down and didn't have one, so I came prepared.
Oh, you
Before
rock.
you do the end of the toast, I just want
we should have had her on to begin with, and we should have waited on them.
Confession.
All right, Lauren, give us our send off.
Okay. Here's to the kisses we've snatched and vice versa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for joining us, and we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Thanks again for listening to our show tonight. If you want more information, you can find it at facebook.com/mydrunkenconfessions.
I gotta change that.